Hello, welcome to this training on Atlas Notes. My name is Ross Hawkins. I am the Director of the Academic Advising and Transfer Center. Atlas, the advising toolkit for learning and academic success, is where notes are housed. In this session, I will talk about the benefits of notes, as well as what to include and not to include when entering notes. I will also do a brief demo of the notes and actions features in Atlas. The purpose of notes: facilitate continuity of care. Many of us at the university meet with students and participate in the student success mission. This will allow you to have the opportunity to create a note so others on campus can build on and learn from what you have entered for that particular student. Support academic planning. Notes is a great place for individuals to post academic classes, recommendations, policies, deadlines, important information regarding academics that we want our students to know about. It encourages accountability for both us that enter the notes as well as students. It is important to recognize that there are times where a student may not follow our advice, and this will allow us to have documentation of what we recommended for the student. Also, there are times where we may make a mistake. It holds us accountable as university employees when we've provided guidance to a student that may not be accurate. Assist in decision making. Notes provide an opportunity for you to provide information for students to help them make informed decisions. This can be information for students to read through, recommendations on next steps, on campus resources, whatever you think can assist a student in helping make sound decisions. Promote institutional compliance and aid in academic auditing. Again, it goes back to that accountability feature. This will allow us to create a system where all notes can be centralized in one location regarding a student's time at the university. Enhance communication. Holistic support for a student is important. This allows others to, again, recognize what you have shared with the student, and so we can build upon and share information as well. Benefits of strong notes: clear guidance and accessibility to recommendations and deadlines. Important for tracking progress and investigating complex cases, including appeals. There are times when a student may appeal a course requirement, a graduation requirement, financial aid. Strong notes can really help those on the appeals committee recognize what information has been shared with the student. Facilitates consistent practice and supports ethical decision making. Best practices: use concise and professional language. Focus on academic and actionable points. Be specific. Include course codes, deadlines, information that you're sharing in that appointment. Avoid personal opinion or irrelevant information. Ensure the protection of private information. And attach documents as important, such as a plan of study. Pitfalls: what we would not want to include in a note. Vague notes lacking actionable items. A judgmental or unprofessional tone. Overuse of abbreviations or jargon. Students will have access to these notes. Oftentimes in higher education, especially for those of us who have worked at the university for a significant amount of time, there are abbreviations that we use in our common language. Students may not be familiar with those abbreviations, so make sure that you clearly state what you want the student to know about. And please do not include unnecessary personal information, specifically anything protected by HIPAA. Notes must remain factual and objective. And recognize individuals at the university with a legitimate interest will have access to these notes. I previously mentioned that students will have access to the notes. So do faculty and staff. When in doubt, leave it out. Uh, the previous slide, when I mentioned HIPAA, there will be times where students come to you and you will make a referral to Majors Health and Wellness. You may ask the student to meet with a physician, perhaps someone at the Learning Diagnostic Clinic or the Disability Resource Center, or even schedule an appointment with a mental health clinician. It is acceptable in the notes to say that you recommended a campus resource. It is not acceptable to say referred the student to the counseling center. That is something that you would want to put in a private note that you could refer back to later. Please do not include anything HIPAA related in the notes feature in Atlas. Next, I am going to pull up Atlas and do a brief demo of notes and actions. So as you can see, I have Boomer Bear pulled up as a sample student. Notes, this tab here, will pull up all notes that have been entered for the student. If you're just wanting to review notes made by yourself, you can click on this and it will only pull up notes made by you. So for Boomer, I have not entered any notes, which is why you do not see any notes being displayed. As I scroll down and look at these sample notes, you can see the different categories: administrator, education abroad, veteran student services, international services, Bear Power, academic advisor. So these are all the individuals that can enter notes on behalf of a student. You do not have to worry about choosing which area that you're in. You have been coded in the system, so when you enter the note, it will automatically appear in the category area which role that you have. To create a note, you will go to the Actions tab. You can see here, Create Note, Note Type. For me, I am an academic advisor, and this is where I will enter the note for the student. When I finish creating the note, I can choose to include an attachment if there is something that I would like to attach to the note, and then I will save the note. Notice that it defaults to emailing a student anytime that a note is created. I recommend that you leave that as the default. We want our students to be aware when notes are being created so they can go back and review information in the note. If you think it's important for the student's advisor to receive notification that you've created a note, you can click this box. Now the student's assigned advisor will receive an email stating a note has been created for the student. If you would also like to receive an email letting you know that you created a note, you can click on this box as well. There may be times when you incorrectly make a note. Perhaps you included information that you did not mean to include. You posted a note on the wrong student's account. Whatever that case may be, if there is a need to revise or delete a note, please reach out to me directly at rosshawkins@missourastate.edu, and I would be happy to delete or revise the note. Thank you again for listening to this session on notes in Atlas. Please feel free to reach out to me or another team member in the Academic Advising and Transfer Center if you have any questions or concerns regarding notes. Thank you.